Hello, my name is Kate Jones, and I'm here to introduce myself for Module 1 of Special Education Leadership EDL 853. So, couple of things about me. This is my family, my husband Rich, my son Richie, my son Brian. Richie and Brian both have had IEPs. My older son is on the autism spectrum and has been receiving special education services since he was about 2.5. My younger son Brian actually received special education services from the time he was 18 months through early intervention in New York City. And really, through those services and just making sure that we were on top of his learning, he actually was decertified. He does not have autism, and he doesn't even have an IEP right now going into kindergarten. So we're big believers in early intervention and making sure that children get um, services at a young age. We love baseball. We are a Mets family. My son Brian insists that he likes the Yankees, but he just doesn't know yet because we are Mets. Personally, I love reading, listening to history podcasts, and trying to attempt this chaotic life of ours. We recently moved to New Jersey from New York City, and we live right in the Bayshore area, so a little bit north of the Jersey Shore, but we have a great little beach, and we love it here. I received my education mostly through Brooklyn College, a BA in journalism and a master's degree in social studies 7 through 12. And I've been working on this non-degree program off and on for the last 3 years. So during COVID, I had to take a break. Most of my career was spent at St. Edmund Prep, where I was the IB diploma coordinator as well as the social studies teacher. And I wore all sorts of leadership hats there as department chair, regions coordinator, and moderator for multiple clubs. Now I am working at Holy Cross Academy, which is a small Catholic elementary school in New Jersey. I teach 6th through 8th grade social studies, and I also am a part-time virtual social studies instructor for Hudson Global Scholars. So this assignment asked us to focus on how we as leaders can achieve an equitable and inclusive environment. One of the main things I believe in is making sure that our community is aware that we are a community, making sure that everyone knows that they are important to the community and that everybody has something interesting to give. So students who may be struggling or students who come from different neighborhoods, they need to know that what they have to contribute is important, and that really comes from the top down. One of the ways that we can make sure that we are including these students is by addressing behaviors that don't lead to an inclusive environment right away, and encouraging teachers and staff to also address the issues, not just to push them off. Using inclusive language, making sure students are aware that they're in a safe place. All of those things are very important. One way that we as leaders can be advocates is by being present and visible in the school community, making sure that we're including clubs that encourage inclusivity, and also supporting any student-led initiatives. If students want to continue on with a club that is really focused on their backgrounds or any sort of LGBTQ alliance, that is something that really the leadership should be considering. One way that we could do this is through flexible learning environments, making sure everyone is aware that they are receiving an education in the way that best supports them, maybe by giving different types of assignments, letting the students pick which assignment they'll do. Focus on student abilities and strengths while also continuing to hold them to a high standard. And making sure that we are focusing on peer relationships and student collaboration. By the students listening to each other, knowing each other, they'll be able to really start to recognize and see each other's strengths. School leaders can also change negative assumptions really through professional development, literature on equity and inclusivity, addressing the concerns of the staff and the school community without dismissing them. Sometimes people just want to be heard. And then really just remembering that if you're doing the right thing for the students, you are doing the right thing. The students are the most important people in the building. Their education is the most